Prime Minister Modi participated at the outreach session of G7 summit virtually, which is currently undergoing in the UK. Prime Minister gave mantra of One Earth, One Health for global cooperation to fight the pandemic. He also saw the support of the G7 grouping to lift patent protections for COVID-related technologies, which was moved by India and South Africa, the World Trade Organization. According to sources, Australia and others have expressed their support for TRIPS waiver. Addressing the summit titled Building Back Stronger Health, Prime Minister highlighted India's whole-of-society approach to fight the pandemic, synergizing the efforts of all levels of the government, industry and civil society. Modi also participated in the final day of the G7 summit on Sunday and will speak in 2 sessions. Geeta Mohan now joins us for the very latest on this. Geeta, if you could just encapsulate all that transpired at the G7 summit in the United Kingdom, and what were the opinions of the other world leaders too on this issue?
Well, it is a G7 plus 3, Chelsea, a very important event where South Africa, Australia and India were, Australia and India were invited as guests. And in that capacity, Prime Minister Narendra Modi made his interventions and his remarks in one outreach session. There are 2 outreach sessions that he will be attending today as well, all closed door. A very important meeting the first day. It was about building back better, building back stronger, and on the health front. The Indian side have a few very important items on the agenda. One very important one, like you very rightly pointed out, is the intellectual property rights waiver that they have been pushing at the WTO for all COVID-related interventions. We've seen Australia come out in support of India, while there are many other countries. The United States of America has agreed on one aspect, which is vaccine technology, and not all aspects, waiver on all aspects. So India is trying to ensure that all G7 member states are on board when it comes to intellectual property waiver on COVID interventions. The second very important aspect that the Prime Minister touched upon is alternative supply chains. Given the pandemic, one realizes the importance of having other countries play an important role in the supply chain rather than just being dependent on a few countries, particularly a country like China. So that again was another major thrust. The forum spoke about technology in the environment sector. So health and environment are 2 aspects that the G7 grouping is going to focus on. Day 2, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to have 2 outreach sessions where he'll speak on environment as well.
All right, leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining us with the very latest details right there, Geeta.